Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today, I'll be giving a first-time reaction to an artist named DeWyze. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right because it's my first time ever hearing even the name DeWyze. We're going to be checking out 3 of Lee's songs today, Devil in the Details, All Is Well, and Bloom. And for all 3 of these tracks, we're going to be doing a lyrical analysis to try to come away with some deeper meaning here. So I don't really know what to expect, but that has never deterred me. I love to discover new artists. It's kind of the entire point of my channel. And today, this new artist is thanks to Michael the Noble for making this donation request and selection. Thank you very much, Michael. And Michael dedicates this to the world and all the good musicians in it bringing people joy. I gotta say I 100% agree with you. I love good people. I love good musicians. I love joy. And now, let's just jump in.
We heard I am the devil.
What kind of voice did the devil have? I've been wondering lately about what I'm doing here. Through all the pills and coffee, I can swear I'm thinking clear. Oh, if this is where I'm supposed to be, God, you can rest your case until I find the answer. I'm a prisoner in this.
I'm already down for this vibe.
Oh my God, what do you have in store for me? Said the living or the dying, there will someday set me free.
The cello.
Here I am, I can bend my knees no more. They say the devil's in the details, but I swear he's at my door.
Oh wow. Oh, this is a deeply emotional song already. What have I gotten myself into? Oh man.
I was so much younger, and my father said to me,
it's like a folk rock kind of vibe.
Make your way in life, or you'll end up just like me. So I watched him work away his love and his passion for this place. Well, tell me, Lord, is that your way of showing people grace? Oh my God, what do you have in store for me? Said the living or the dying, there will someday set me free. Here I am, I can bend my knees no more. You see the devil's in the details, but I swear he's at my door.
It's kind of an ominous image here. Man, I am already so down for this melody and style. I love how the acoustic progression, it just builds and it keeps us driving forward. The vocal melody is what seals the deal for me. And in the background of it all, you can sort of make out, the cello elements and the fiddle there, giving it that folk feel. It's all very textured in a way that's not obvious, but adds so much. And even I think there's like the cowbell, it's kind of light. Maybe it's more of a, maybe it's a different kind of drum, but you'll hear it throughout. No, sorry, the kick drum, not cowbell. I'm crazy.
Churchyard where the pastor says his prayers, knowing all too well that someday he'll be buried under there.
Wow.
So before I go, you all should know I'm prepared to pay my dues. If my debt's too big for heaven's gates, I'll do what I have to do. Oh my God, what do you have in store for me? Said the living or the dying, that will someday set me free. Here I am, I can bend my knees no more. They say the devil's in the details, but I swear he's at my door. Oh my God, what do you have in store for me?
Even the vocal
Said
layers.
The living or the dying, that will someday set me free. Here I am, devil's in the details, but I'd swear he's at my door. Oh my God, do you have a soul for me? Is it the living or the dying that will someday set me free? Here I am, I can bend my knees no more. You see the devil's in the details, but I'd swear he's at my door.
Oh, that is like a horror movie. Dude, I have chills all over my body. Bro, what a cool song. I love this style. It's like intense but relaxed at the same time, and by the time we enter that final chorus, all of that residual intensity has been accreting and it builds up. And as the meaning of this song starts to sink in more and more, the ending just becomes that much more impactful. Honestly, I don't say this all the time, but this is the kind of song to me that is just infinitely loopable. Where you started is kind of where you end, but it also means where you end is where you start. And you can just append this song onto itself because it is so much of itself. It is very cohesive in that way. Oh man, I just want to jump right into the lyrics, so let's check these out, okay? So we start, I've been wondering lately about what I'm doing here. Through all the pills and coffee, I can swear I'm thinking clear. Right? Something existential going on in the mind, and oftentimes people use pills and coffee to bolster the natural state. If you're taking pills, it could be for a number of reasons. Why do we take coffee? It's to energize us, because for whatever reason our natural energy stores are no longer being replenished. We need something exogenous to do so. But despite that, I'm thinking clearly. If this is where I'm supposed to be, God, can you rest your case? Until I find the answer, I'm a prisoner in this place. To me, this is sort of questioning, like, is God there? Am I going to make it to heaven? Can you rest this case? Because right now it's in contention and I'm not quite sure, but right now as I experience it, I'm a prisoner on this earthly plane. And if you can expose to me the heavenly plane that you exist upon, maybe there's a path for me that I can look forward to rather than existing in this constant state of human suffering. Oh my God, what do you have in store for me? Is it the living or the dying that will someday set me free? Or what does freedom look like? Is it after what we have here on this earth? Or is it right now, here in this moment? Where am I going to find my absolution and reach some level of inner peace? And those are all very profound questions, and we're only, six lines deep. Here I am, I can bend my knees no more. They say the devil's in the details, but I'd say he's at my door. I'm on my knees now. I'm literally begging for you to make your case, to be on my side, but it doesn't seem like my prayers are being answered, but instead the devil is finding his way into my life in a very apparent way, and I'm unable to necessarily turn him away at this point because he's right there at my door knocking, trying to lure me. I was so much younger and my father said to me, you have to make your way in life or you end up just like me. So I watched him work away his love and his passion for this place. Oh, tell me, Lord, is that your way of showing people grace? So all this kid knew was what his father told him, right? Learning from nurture and nature, of course, but nurture there, describing what life is like, what the world is like, how we're going to best operate in that world. And as a parent, you do your best to lead by example. And if what you think you're doing is the best for them, then the child, that's all that they know. But it seems like the father is not content with his life either. Otherwise, why would he lose his love or passion? And the child sees this and using his critical thinking realizes maybe there's something else to life. Maybe there's something wrong with the way that my father has been going about his experiences on earth. What do I do? And then we get the repetition of the chorus here. Oh my God, what do you have in store for me? I'm experiencing all this stuff here on earth, and it's not what I thought it would be. I'm suffering immensely. Do you have the answer? And I think here the last unique section of the song, before we get the repeated choruses, broken gravestones in the churchyard, where the pastor says his prayers, are broken gravestones already. There's a lot of visual imagery of a funeral, of death, and seemingly the contorted visuals of the individuals representing death are almost akin to the devil at the door. But referencing then the broken gravestones here, knowing all too well that someday he'll be buried under there. There's an irony, right? The pastor is saying these prayers and blessing the fallen, but he too one day will become the fallen himself. And maybe you want to call it like a cosmic irony. I don't necessarily think anybody is laughing per se, but it almost feels pointless because the cycle is just going to continue endlessly. Then the inner nihilist in you thinks, what is the point? God, can you show me the way? So before I go, you all should know I'm prepared to pay my dues. If my debt's too big for heaven's gates, I'll do what I have to do. To me, this is basically like the penultimate moment of the song before we get the repeated chorus, literally asking about how can I reach this level of absolution if I fully hand myself over to you, become devout in your teachings and your blessings. Can I rid myself of all of the debts that I've taken, all of the sin that I've caused? Is that possible for me, or am I forever donned to the devil? It's a scary thought, because if you are someone who believes in the afterlife, in forever, and you believe in both heaven and hell, an eternity of suffering, I will do anything to not suffer eternally. What a great song to jumpstart this one. I really like what we heard. Let's jump into the next track, All Is Well.
Silence we've been holding never felt so loud. Somehow you found comfort in the hollow sound.
I love the vocal layering. It is so good.
It's heavy, darling, hold steady. Maybe it's supposed to hurt like hell.
Oh, and the strings there.
Silence, when the night ends, we'll go back to different versions of ourselves. All is fine, don't worry, dear. All is well.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Promises we never even made. Taking back the words we never thought we'd say. Through the laughing, two ships passing, there were secrets we knew time would never tell. In the silence, when the night ends, we'll go back to different versions of ourselves. All is fine, don't worry, dear. All is well.
I love the melody so much. And for me, like, I'm a sucker for good strings. The emotions that string instruments carry, to me, they always accentuate the emotion in a track quite readily and almost perfectly. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. String instruments, violins, cellos, violas, anything really, they emulate so well the human voice. When you have amazing strings paired with a vocalist, it almost feels like a bit of a duet because of how similar the timbres can be. And with Lee's voice, his voice is so, I would say, warm, breathy, and it just pairs so well. It's almost like, steak and red wine. It's just the perfect dynamic. And this song, All Is Well, it has this positive view of life and all of the happenings that are going on. I was trying to find the lyrics online, but it doesn't look like they're available, but I'm going to pull it back so we can do a little analysis here.
Never even late. Taking back the words we never thought we'd say. Through the laughing, two ships passing, there were secrets we knew time would never tell.
The ships passing in the night.
Silence, when the night ends, we'll go back to different versions of ourselves. All is fine. Worry deep. All is well.
Dude, this is so good. The strings, bro.
Writing on the wall. I know it's heavy, darling, hold steady. Maybe it's supposed to hurt like hell. In the silence, and when the night ends, we'll go back to different versions of ourselves. All is fine. Don't worry, dear. All is well.
I love the melody so much. The strings, again, are doing so much. It's so expansive as well. I'm just like overwhelmed with good emotion. And a song like this about reconciling heartbreak and separation of two people. I've experienced a lot of heartbreak in my own life, some caused by me, others happened to me or mutually even. But we can always come away with it a little bit better, even though it is painful and hurtful in the moment. All is really well. Life didn't just stop, even though emotionally in that moment it feels awful. The positive framing. All is well. All is fine, even if it didn't work out. Love this. I love that melody. This melody, bro. I love DeWyze. Oh then resolve to the major. Dude, I love this. I'm just gonna repeat myself. I love the melody. I love the songwriting, and I love that, these lyrics, they're rather simple, but you can project onto it so much more meaning, because through simplicity can also introduce ambiguity. And I think great art has multiple interpretations to it, kind of, because what I was taking away from it originally is all is well in the context of a breakup, but it could just be anything. All is well in life. There's a cool mentality that I've heard people kind of speak to having. I try to adopt, like I preach peace, love, positivity. So I always try to adopt a mindset of anything that I don't want to have happen to me, something negative that happens to me, I can reframe it in a positive way such that it is an opportunity to learn, even if it's not ideal or a choice that I even made, if it happened externally. But the idea is, you say in response, this mentality is, something bad happened to me, good. Just say good to everything. This bad thing happened, good. This good thing happened, good. If it's always good, then you don't have to suffer as long as is possible to. You can, end up whipping ourselves on the back endlessly sometimes. For years, people do this, for decades even, never letting go of their anxieties, fears, shames, constantly having guilt and regret in their hearts, when instead, if they took everything at face value, realized the error of their ways, or even the things that were just out of their control, and just said, all is well, let me improve, you wouldn't have to fixate so much on the negatives and keep looking for the solutions. And if you've ever met somebody, and I've been this person myself at times, who is just always saying no to things, always being negative, never providing solutions, over time that not only weighs on others around you in an obvious way, but on yourself as well. And I want to reach a place of complete inner peace without turmoil. To do so, the constant reframing has to happen. All is well, good. I wish I could find the actual lyrics online. It doesn't seem like there are lyrics available for All Is Well or Bloom here, so we're going to do the analysis more ad hoc. I hope that's okay. Let's jump into the last track here.
Some days I wake up, I feel like a different person, and that's alright with me, 'cause I still know my name. Through the window I can see the trees are hurting, and that's alright, it means a change is on its way.
The changing of emotions, I'm assuming, because some days you wake up worse for wear, others you're doing better.
I paint a picture on a canvas made of memories, some long forgotten now. Time's a gentle thief, and in the sunlight there were secrets in the shadow. But in the darkness, even shadows find defeat. And you will bloom, for we have seen some darker days. All we need sometimes is a little room to make amends with our defeats and all the fears we left behind. You will blow, you will blow.
Such a subtle chorus here. And right now where I'm landing in terms of meaning of this track is this idea of flowing through the different versions of yourself, but also the idea of blooming is becoming who you are. And if you just literally take the example of flowers blooming, they start in their nascence as a small seed and sprout up, and eventually you can see the budding of the color and the flower starts to rise, and as the sun and the elements contribute to its growth through experience and literal weathering of different storms, you bloom. You become a bigger, more complete version of yourself. And the thing is, I think life, in my 28 years of limited experience, is a constant state of blooming. And we don't know the directions where we'll end up, but we can constantly continue to grow, basically. There's no need to just reach some final point and say, okay, that's enough. I've always been a very open-minded person, and a big part of being open-minded is also adopting a growth mindset. And I think a meta mindset that needs to be had with growth mindset is not assuming that growth ever has to stop. You can always work on the self, build yourself into what you want. And what you want and who you are constantly evolves with time, even your values to some extent. I think if you're a good person through and through and treat yourself, the human you are, with kindness, blooming can happen in so many different ways. Life is beautiful in that regard, and I'm more and more beginning to come into my own, and I want to encourage anybody out there who is feeling the kind of ways that I have in the past to accept their blooming as well.
Making peace with our repentance and our folly. There's a way that slowly cuts you down to size. Let's not forget that we're all living for the first time. I am my mother's apprentice, and I have my father's eyes on. You will bloom.
It's so... I don't know if it's spoken about enough, this idea that everybody is attempting life now for the first time. Not only you, because you have your own subjective experience and your consciousness alongside it, but let's say your parents, they are doing life for the first time too. So we can be a little bit more forgiving, because everybody is going to make mistakes one way or the other, and we can try to meet in the middle and help one another grow, even across generations. I mean, I just love that idea, because we're just carrying on, propagating our ideas through time, and again, we're blooming in different ways too.
My father's eyes on. You will bloom. Though we have seen some darker days, oh, we need some time. Here's a little room to make amends with our defeats and all the fears we left behind. You will bloom.
With the strings is so perfect.
How it cuts you down to size. Oh, I'm my mother's apprentice, and I have my father's eyes. You will bloom. Though we have seen some darker days, oh, we need some time.
I'm so down to do more DeWyze reactions.
To
Let me
make
tell you.
amends with our defeats and all the fears we left behind. You will bloom.
systemic. Who I am. My mother's apprentice, my father's eyes, who I am. Dude, this is so beautiful. Being a product of nature and nurture and accepting both realities for what they are, and then still realizing at the end of it all, you can be who you are and you're allowed to bloom in the way that you do. Bloom. You bloom. That is the message. Whatever it takes, become who you are. That is the biggest gift you can give to the world. Give it to yourself, give it to those who love you and support you, give it to the world, because it is a selfless thing to do, to be the version of yourself that you are. That is my opinion. I don't think it's selfish to be who you are. I think it's a very honest thing to do. I think it actually helps people understand themselves better, and the relationships that follow as a result are more real and more connected. And now more than ever, we live in a time where it feels like more and more people, myself included, have become emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally stagnated in different ways that kind of prevent our blooming, prevent our growth without realizing it. And maybe this is a point that you could make in any era of existence, but at least the way I see it, being on the ground floor of Gen Z and seeing what the youth are doing and hearing the ideas of the generations above me, I just view this massive disconnect in our society, and it saddens me, and I wish we could bridge this disconnect to help each other elevate and uplift rather than detract and pull each other apart. Because you not only need to rely on yourself and your own mental well-being to be a happy, healthy person, we are social creatures and need others to bloom around us and to help us bloom, and rely on community and the loving others that exist. Man, I really had no idea what was in store for me with DeWyze, but I am so very happy for this request today. Like I said, I'm very down to do more reactions. I think the meanings of these songs are all super amazing and profound. Love the melody, the strings, the vocals. It's all filled with emotion and just so many of the musical elements that I, as Sohum, love. So all I can say is thank you very much. If you want to request a reaction yourself, whether it's DeWyze or any other artist for that matter, you can do so by clicking the first link below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.